Hello, Clive here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. So we're picking up where we left off, which is in the area where Janeth's estate is. So here's the map. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just tackle a few small things, and then we're going to do a major thing, but we do have to take a long rest first. So starting from here, we can go down and go to this little dock side here. There's the water temple, and this is the factory where they produce the metal watch or steel watch. Alright, you do get a save here, just because it's going to be an important part of the quest for the game. So down here we're going to see his people talking, and this is where we need to go. Let's get Karlach to go first. Okay, never mind.
It's not a lie. If you would just listen, I could explain.
You have done quite enough explaining, Volo. You have poisoned the very hearts and minds of these good, kind, gentle citizens with your lies, your delusions, your conspiracies. Though you hide behind a mask of stories, we have seen beyond the veil. We see what you really are. Fearmonger.
Here, here.
Attention seeker.
Here, here.
Agent of chaos.
Your parasite stirs our recognition. This man is infected.
Right in the house, Volo.
Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore. Today, we burn away all falsehoods. Today, we will be divided no longer, for today, we rise in truth.
Psst. Don't just stand there. Help me, goddammit! Help me!
I suppose we should aid him, though I'd hate to miss the show.
What crime is this man guilty of? If he is guilty, where's the evidence? Where's the trial? This isn't justice, this is a mob madness.
The newcomer speaks, and speaks of evidence, and trials, and justice. And in so doing, they delay their very own salvation. Dear citizen, dear friend, rest assured you will have your justice. I'm afraid the time for trials has passed. Now is the time for judgment!
No, please, no!
Right. So there's a kind of a timer. He did burn all this, and it's going to burn the cart, and it's going to explode the barrels and kill Volo. So we do need to save him in that regard. So we got a really good roll actually. Let's try to get to, let's see, let's get Shadowheart over there first. Do we have, oh, we do have Black Hole, nice. Okay. Pretty simple, Black Hole. Now they're grouped up, and we need to take her all the way over there if we can. And there's not really any particular way to focus these guys. I guess you can focus them down in order if you want. But we need to get somebody over there as quickly as possible and rescue Volo. So we'll just have Shadowheart do that. We can just wipe him out, and then that's pretty much it. Alright, we need to go over there really quick.
Keep moving.
Let's probably go to turn-based mode. Just to stop this. Or is it still? I don't think it's actually burning anymore. Okay, I don't think it's burning anymore, so I think we're fine.
Let's try this way.
We can actually take these barrels off. And yeah, we can just stack them. So we have plenty of barrels now. There we go. Now let's help him out.
A little help, if you don't mind.
Alright, let's go down here. There is a waypoint down here, which we want to grab. This is going to be important to get into here. It'll save us a bunch of time. Let's talk to Volo.
Gods, I really thought I was done for. I suppose thanks are in order. Again, what's an heroic story without a little risking of one's neck, eh? And you know what they say, the bigger the story, the more people want to kill you for it. I'll tell you all about it, but not here. Too many eyes, ears, and weapons about. Meet me at your camp.
Okay. So what we need to do now is probably go take a long rest, because I think we are getting low on spells. Spell slots are pretty low. Especially Karlax just doesn't have very many spell slots. So yeah, we'll do a long rest, and then we'll come back, and I think we're going to start... Actually, let's just head over to the lower city central wall. Yeah, and we'll take a long rest from this point, and then we'll head out after that. Right, there may be an event that happens in the night. So if there is, then we'll take care of it. If not, then we will just skip everything. And Volo wants to talk to us. I guess we can talk to Volo real quick.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me?
Orin of Red controls the syndicate of killers. Perhaps you've pissed her off.
Quite right. But it is not Orin herself who has marked me for death. It is her dread master. The Lord of Murder has returned. As he did 100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate. And his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. Orin is his chosen. And like Sarevok before her, she is able to take on the savage form of the Slayer. If the Slayer is not stopped, it will slaughter every living thing in this city. As one of those things, I'm particularly eager to stop it. And there is a way. I have a study of the beast, penned by the wizard Irenicus himself. It contains all of the knowledge needed to slay the Slayer. Now I just need a brave adventurer, willing to face Baal's chosen, and to put the knowledge into practice.
I'll do it.
Wonderful! I can scarcely think of anyone more suitable. It will serve you well. A study of the Slayer, penned by John Irenicus. It's one of a kind, so do try to keep it away from the inevitable bloodbath,
What is the Slayer?
The Dream Eater. It is said the children of Baal are claimed throughout their sleep, ever disturbed by visions of a life of bloodshed and terror. Once they have seen too much, once these dreams drive their minds to break, they are beset by the Slayer. It is a beast of unspeakable violence that consumes all in its path, including the soul of the one who is host to it.
Tell me about Irenicus.
A genius. Exiled from his home in the elven paradise of Soldanessala, when he attempted to seize the power of life itself, he instead turned his magnificent mind to murder on a grand scale. That is how he came to crave the power of the Baal spawn. He saw them not as living things, but as tools for his own machinations. In the end, though Irenicus took the form of the Slayer for himself, it was a Baal spawn who thwarted him, the same that saved Baldur's Gate.
I've already slain Merkel's Chosen. I can handle this.
I am a living witness to Baal's defeat those 100 years ago. So I know your battle against him is not futile. He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
Alright, so we did get the item regarding the Slayer. Let's go ahead and read this. Alright, so that talks about what we are expecting to face when we fight Orin the Red. Is a Slayer form, which we'll find out what that is pretty soon. So now we can go and rest. There may be an event. If there is, then we'll check it out. If not, then we will skip that and start the next day. Alright, we are back in the lower city. Nothing of note really happened. Just a scene about Shadowheart reflecting on her family, which is not really that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and switch to her. We're going to go up into this house here. This is the Central Watchtower. And we need to go through here. We're going to go to Cazador, his house. This is like one of the last major fights before the last 2 chosen. And we can go through here. We're going to be stopped a couple of times, so we can talk to, or we can actually talk through this with them and pass some checks, or we can actually even go up higher and we can jump across or fly across. So if you do have fly, you can bypass a lot of this stuff. Oh, let's do that. Let's go up here. It's hard to see where this thing is. You go to the very top of this tower, and getting across is not that big of a deal. It's definitely within the range of fly. Everyone should be flying over here. Or not. We'll have to like switch them. Yeah, I'll get everybody over and then we can start from that spot. Okay, we're all over here now. Like I said before, you can just go through the door and then you have to pass a couple of checks.
I'll take this
I
way.
believe persuasion checks. And you want to just be careful with that specific thing, or else they fight everybody. And then through here, we can just walk upstairs. And this is going to be Cazador's place. There's a key. Saw a key there. I don't think we need the key. If we do, we can come back and grab it. Alright, this is Cazador's place right here. Maybe that key opens the door. We'll grab that key real quick. Yeah, you'll have to pass that one section down there, and that's it. It's only the only people that are really going to be looking for you is going to be that section down there. There is probably a way you can get over here from this side as well. You may be able to fly up here. I'm not sure. But what we just did was probably the best way to do it, or the proper way to do it. It's still locked. Okay, well that's fine. We'll just lockpick this. Probably don't need that, but there we go. Alright, this is the palace, and no one's going to be hostile initially. There are some things that we could do to cause them to be hostile. We did see this scene. Someone's being saved down there. We'll get to that in a minute. So this is the door. This takes us into the room that we need to go into. If we click on the door, it tells us that we need 2 things. There's like some kind of ancient text. There's also a key that we need. So if we go downstairs, there's going to be 2 things down here that we're going to need to do. That's going to get us into the door. So the first thing we need to do is head on over to Okay, so this is the guest room here. We'll have to get into that in a minute. But right here... Yeah, there's somebody in here, and there's also this door, hidden door. This is the kennel door. Open this. There's going to be someone in here. Let's get Karlach in here. There we go. Someone right here. We can talk with them. And we can convince them that they have the key. We need to talk to them and try to get them to give us the key.
Spotted me, did you? Sharp for a mortal servant. Wait. You are neither spawn nor servant. An intrusive mortal, then. You made a mistake, little thief.
Okay, well, I think you can only talk to him if you actually have Astarion in your party. So if you have Astarion in your party, you should be able to convince him to give the key up. If not, it's not that big of a deal. He doesn't have much health. I'm going to save that for later. So just check him out, and then he'll have a key on him. Okay, here we go. So let's look at his body. And so he has this Sar family key. Oh, let's pick everything up. Yeah, so there's a language there. Alright, so this is the next part, is right here, the guest room. And let's get somebody that has a lot of hit points. And constitution. There's gonna be this, yeah, there's gonna be this necrotic aura in here. So what we need to do is we need to make it to her and loot her body. Let's just back out. I'm gonna turn this off. Alright, so we have to run in there, grab her stuff, and then get out of here. There we go. There's gonna be a book. Can we move this over here? Alright, so she did her part. Now let's get our lockpicker and let's just fly through this cloud. So we're looking for a book, and the book can have an ancient text, and if we read that note, let's just read the note. This one right here, Victoria's note. It talks about an ancient language book. So we need to find that book. That's going to allow us to be able to move freely within the palace. So a lot of the doors have these inscriptions on them that we need to understand. Let's lockpick this. A 1, okay. Another 1, great. Huh. That was crazy. Three ones in a row. Helmet. Okay, so it's not in there. It might be in this cabinet here then. There it is. Okay, the Cazador dictionary. So let's read this book now. Alright, and it gives us the words that we need. And that's the 2 things that we need. Let's go through here. Yeah, we don't want to linger in that. It's not very fun. Let me just get some healing. Alright. Oh, we don't have any buffs on us. Yeah, let's get some buffs on us. Let's go back up to the top and then I'll get some buffs on us. Okay, we have all our buffs on us. I had to put some elixirs on people, so kind of good to go now. Click on the door.
The door is covered in intricate text, but you can't see anywhere a key might fit. Only a small round hollow engraved with a family crest. Looking closer, you recognize the writing. It's the same Kozakuran script from the dictionary you found.
Press the Tsar signet ring against the hollow and read the door's inscription aloud.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door swings open.
Everything must be clean.
There's going to be some enemies in here. So if you look in here, there's going to be all these wolves and bats. So we need to send someone in here in the beginning. They're gonna, well, let's talk with her.
You can't be here. No one in, no one out. But most important, no witnesses.
Alright, so we get a fight going on here. And, okay, Will is pretty high up there. Nice. So we just need to deal with these two wolves. AoE is your friend. So we're going to do lots of AoE. So I'd say overall there's not really much you need to do for this fight. AoE really takes down a lot of these people. And I would just say be careful with using up too many spell slots because you're going to need quite a few of them for later. Alright, so that's going to be it for that fight. We did get 2 additional people in that fight, which is unfortunate. But that's fine though. So they're gone. He has a key on him, which is nice. I don't think there's anything on these guys. Yeah, I think these are just werewolves and yeah, I think just animals. Might have some stuff on the people here. Yeah, this is just more of like lore text. So you figure out that there's a party that Cazador threw, and it wound up being a party that was nice for the werewolves and vampires, but not very nice for everyone else that joined. And this is like the final feast, because Cazador is attempting to ascend. So the way to get to Cazador is to go down to the office hall, and then there's going to be an elevator. This is the elevator. You can find out even more lore by going in here. This party planner. This pretty much just sums up what happened in the room. So you have involuntary guests, and then you have the voluntary guests, or invited guests. And there's an entertainment for everyone. So it kind of sums up what happened there. Nothing else really up here. We have to go downstairs though. Blood. Jar of coagulated blood. I don't know if any of this stuff is actually useful. Jar of coagulated blood. That might be useful. Starburst shandy. Okay, this is all just alcohol. Yeah, this is all just alcohol and probably mixed it with the blood, I'm guessing. Let's head down to the basement now. Probably want to take a short rest. Let's just burn some spells. And then reset.
Just a brief respite.
Alright, yeah, so now we're good. Let's get everybody on here.
Just keep going.
You stand on a clean metal platform. A beautiful but antiquated elevator. There are some scuffs to show its age, signs of things dragged onto it over the years. But it seems to be in good working order.
Descend into the depths of the palace. Alright, so this is Cazador's dungeon. We do get a waypoint, which is very nice. So we can actually... I don't think we can actually leave. Can we leave? We cannot fast travel from this area. Okay. This is just after, I guess. It's after we take care of the thing we need to do in here. There's not much else in here. You're going to find a lot of weird chasms like this. There's some different doors and stuff you can interact with. The main place we want to go is going to be this way. Alright, here's the crypt gate.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring.
Press the Tsar signet ring to the hollow in the door.
The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Alright, so here there's going to be a bunch of kids, and this is part of the quest.
Hollow-eyed faces stare out of the cells. Some meet your eyes, but most look away. There's an almost physical stink of decay and neglect.
Please. What are you?
My friend, who are you?
Sebastian. I'm not sure. It was all so long ago. The last thing I remember, I was drinking with a pale, beautiful elf. We laughed. We kissed. We stumbled back to this palace and then it gets so dark. I woke up here like this.
Under the grime, you can see how pale he is. You can see the hunger in his eyes, in all of their eyes. Each one is an emaciated, starving vampire spawn. More than that, you can see that each prisoner is marked with a scar, a rune carved into their flesh.
That scar on your face, what does it mean?
He carved it himself. Said it bound me to his ascension. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to kill Cazador.
You can't. It's not possible.
I'll find a way.
And then, what happens to us?
What do you want to happen?
I don't know. I just don't want to die down here. Please, whatever you do, just
Do it quickly. I can't go on like this.
Alright, so now we see that there are people here. There's a way to the sewers. I think the sewers are this way. We're not going to go down that way, but there is the way to the sewers, the lower city sewers. This is going to be the main area here. Recommend saving if you need to. And this is the main chamber. Let's grab some people, some friends to help us. Alright, we got some friends. Let's go ahead and go back down here now. This will be a pretty rough fight. You definitely want to be rested for this fight. And you definitely want to have your spell slots good to go.
No, this is unexpected. You who follow on the heels of our poor lost son. Has he sent you here to parley on his behalf, hmm? Will he not even speak to his own family?
You're not his family, you're a monster.
What is family if not the monsters we are obliged to love, hmm? That is why he will come back to me, because he yearns to be with his people, because this is all he knows. Oh, you have been an interesting distraction for him, no doubt, but your time together is over. When you don't return, he will realize he has nowhere else to go. He will come to me, and he will be mine.
I won't let you use me as bait.
Please, did Astarion tell you nothing about me? I am the immortal Cazador, and I always get what I want.
Alright, so we have a lot of enemies here. We start off with Cazador, because he has probably like a bazillion initiation. We can do a bunch of psionic backlashes and probably counterspell. You want to definitely avoid being on the edge of the platform. Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go near the spawns. They do produce a necrotic damage, so you want to avoid that. You can just let them be, and then focus your attention on the rest of the ads that can attack you, and also focus your attention on Cazador. Alright, so now we have completed that fight. He's in the sarcophagus here.
The great vampire lord looks peaceful, recovering in his coffin. There is no trace of the fury that you fought against.
Now we can kill Cazador.
Consummatum est. Ego cecidi.
The vampire lord is no more, but his legacy remains. What to do with the thousands of vampire spawn he created?
Okay, so at this point, you have the option to use a staff. You can set the prisoners free. You can destroy all the prisoners. I think it's like 7,000 of them. Or you can just destroy the staff, and this will prevent the vampiric prisoners from escaping. If you have a Starian in your party and you didn't kill any one of the ritual people in the beginning, so during the fight, then he can perform the ritual and become a vampire Ascendant. If you do that, then you have a choice between either killing Astarion or killing the Gurr. Or you can persuade Astarion not to do the Ascension, and he will then want to kill all the prisoners. So he wants to destroy them with the staff's magic. Either one of these is fine. If you do set them free, you can convince them to go down into the Underdark. So it depends on what your playstyle is. If you want to do the hard thing and destroy all the people with the magic staff, that will essentially end all of the vampires, with the exception of Astarion. So what we can do is just set the prisoners free.
"7,000 vampire spawns unleashed on the Sword Coast. It'll be a well-dressed flood of mayhem at least."
Nothing remains now. Cazador and his machinations are naught but dust.
Alright, let's go ahead and talk with the spawns.
The way forward.
My head is spinning. I can't believe you did this. What's going to happen to us? Are you going to end us like you ended Cazador?
You're free to go.
We are free. But where will we go? How will we feed?
You can go wherever you want, as long as you don't harm innocent.
Then we will go. Not to the surface. We have hunted and been hunted there too long. But the Underdark. Perhaps there is a home for us there. Thank you. You will not see us again.
Okay, so they're gonna go to the Underdark. Hopefully that works out. I guess we'll find out. We did get Woe. There might be some stuff in here that we can loot, which we'll look at in a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Astarion's questline. If you had Astarion in your party, it does turn out a little bit differently. There are some people here waiting for us, though. We can go and just chat with them real quick. Oh, let's not go down that way. We need to go back up to the top here. There's going to be the Gurr, and we talked with the Gurr earlier. There they are. There's Ulma.
We ask you to free our children, and you unleash thousands of vampire spawn on the Sword Coast. Why? What madness possessed you?
They were innocent. It would have been wrong to kill them.
I understand. Although, I wonder how many other innocents will die for your mercy. But you were given an impossible choice. Who's to say what path was right? We will make it our duty to find the spawn that escaped into the Underdark, especially our children. I pray they can resist the urges of their new nature, but we shall see. As for your pale companion, we will hunt him no longer, unless he gives us cause to. You have my people's thanks. There will be dark times ahead for us all, but we will stand with you as best we can. Until then, go in peace.
Alright, so that's the end of that quest line. That's going to be the end of the episode. So we did complete the full quest line for Astarion, which included us killing Cazador. We did stop the Ascension. We also did save the Gurr children, even though they are vampire spawn. They will go out there and find them themselves. So they have plenty of things to do. And I believe that's all of our companion quest lines, with the exception of the Duke, which is a continuation of Will's. So that's going to be it. I thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.